Nestled along the banks of the White River in Vincennes, Indiana, lies a place shrouded in mystery and steeped in history. Lucky Point. Many pass by this seemingly serene spot, unaware that beneath its tranquil exterior lies a tapestry of tales that intertwine the earthly with the supernatural. The whispers of ancient spirits echo through the leaves, while shimmering waters conceal secrets that defy explanation. As twilight approaches, the air thickens with an electric anticipation, as if the very ground pulses with the energy of countless stories waiting to be told. From ghostly apparitions to the inexplicable phenomena of UFO sightings, Lucky Point stands as a testament to the unknown, inviting the brave and the curious to explore its dark corners. But be warned, once you step into this realm of shadows and secrets, you may never see the world the same way again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Shadow Nation.
We're going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
Something. A UFO.
Some places hold energy. Some believe Lucky Point is one of these locations due to the many strange instances throughout history that has taken place there. A person or a place can only experience or encounter so much trauma before something happens. A change takes place. A seemingly peaceful place can, at times, become a portal of nightmares. One of these bloody affairs we can start with was what we'll call an Indian battle. Fought in Vincennes, Indiana, the siege of Fort Sackville, also known as the Siege of Fort Vincennes or the Battle of Vincennes, in February of 1779, where American forces under George Rogers Clark captured the British fort from Lieutenant Colonel Henry Hamilton. During the American Revolutionary War, the British established Fort Vincennes, later named Fort Sackville, along the Wabash River, near the modern border of Illinois and Indiana. In February of 1779, George Rogers Clark, with a force of 170 Virginians and Illinois French volunteers, marched 180 miles across drowned country to attack the weakened British garrison at Vincennes. The Americans arrived on February 23rd and began a siege with both sides trading fire throughout the night. After 2 days of the siege, British commander Lieutenant Colonel Henry Hamilton surrendered the fort to Clark on February 25th. The capture of the fort was a turning point for the American Revolution, showcasing that Americans' ability to capture a British fort with militiamen against British regulars was a norm. The victory gave Americans control of the western frontier. But these grounds did not always run red with blood and headless corpses, which decapitation was a strong way at the time for some natives to get the point across to Americans that fighting the British at that time was a bad idea. Lucky Point's history is as intricate as the patterns woven into a Native American tapestry. Long before the arrival of European settlers, the land was sacred to the indigenous peoples, who roamed its woods and fished in its waters. The Potawatomi and the Miami tribes, among others, held this area in reverence, believing it to be a spiritual nexus where the earthly and the celestial converged. Legends speak of powerful spirits that inhabit the land in that area, guardians of the secrets hidden within the earth and the sky. It was told that many natives that would venture out far into the woods at Lucky Point would never return. It was considered a place for the bravest to come face to face with vengeful spirits. In the late 18th century, Vincennes emerged as a key settlement, becoming an important military and trading post. The area was marked by conflicts, particularly during the Revolutionary War, leaving behind a legacy of tension and unrest. As settlers moved in, stories began to surface, recounting strange occurrences, disembodied voices echoing through the trees, and lights flickering across the river, and figures seen moving in the periphery of vision. These tales were often dismissed as mere folklore, yet they persisted, intertwining with the fabric of the land. As the years passed, Lucky Point became a hotspot for paranormal investigations and UFO sightings. Local lore is rich with stories of ghostly apparitions. One of the most famous is that of a young woman believed to be a settler who perished in a tragic accident. Witnesses to this day have reported seeing her wandering near the riverbank, dressed in white, her sorrowful visage illuminated by the moonlight. Those who have encountered her claim to feel an overwhelming sense of sadness, as if her spirit is eternally bound to the site of her demise. Another side of the story of this ghostly lady in white says she can be seen roaming the banks of the river, looking for her family, the same family that it said she murdered. The story goes a young mother, after being left alone for weeks at a time with her children, while her husband would go off on war parties or hunting. At one point during the long winter nights, she lost her mind and slayed all her children with an axe, dumping the lifeless bodies in the White River. She waited 2 weeks for her husband to return, and then she gave him the axe. After that, she turned a gun on herself. And you would assume that would have ended the story, but it doesn't stop there. Some say she still waits in that area of Lucky Point, perhaps trapped by the trauma and tragedy she inflicted upon her family. In addition to ghostly encounters, Lucky Point has also been a focal point for UFO sightings. Eyewitness accounts tell of strange lights darting across the sky, often described as orbs or shimmering energy. In the early 2000s, a wave of sightings caught the attention of local news outlets, with residents reporting close encounters that left them both terrified and fascinated. One particularly notable incident involved a group of fishermen who claimed to have witnessed a triangular craft hovering silently above the water, its underside glowing with a otherworldly light. As they watched in awe, the craft suddenly shot away at an astonishing speed, leaving them questioning the very nature of reality. The paranormal activity at Lucky Point does not merely stem from its historical significance. It is also deeply rooted in Native American mythology. Many believe that the land is a thin place, where the veil between this world and the spirit realm is particularly fragile. The White River itself is regarded as a sacred waterway, a conduit for the spirits of the departed. According to local legends, the river is home to benevolent spirits that guide lost souls, as well as trickster entities that play games with the living. Speculation abounds regarding the origins of the paranormal phenomena. Some theorists suggest that the area is a hotspot for extraterrestrial activity, perhaps due to its unique geological features or proximity to ley lines, hypothetical alignments of ancient sites believed to harness mystical energy. Others argue that the collective energy of those who have lived and died in the area has created an ongoing cycle of spiritual unrest, resulting in the haunting and sightings reported by modern-day visitors. As the sun sets over Lucky Point, the air grows thick with anticipation. The trees seem to lean in, eager to share their secrets with anyone brave enough to listen. Ghost hunters armed with EVP devices and night vision cameras frequent the area, hoping to capture evidence of the spectral inhabitants. Campers tell stories around flickering fires, their voices hushed as they recount encounters with the unknown. The chilling stories of alien abductions have also emerged, with some locals claiming to have lost time during their visits, only to awaken in a daze, unsure of how long they had been gone. The local news has reported on the phenomena countless times, but much of the coverage is tinged with skepticism, leaving the community divided. Some embrace the mystery while others dismiss it as mere superstition. Yet, the stories persist. A reminder that Lucky Point is not just a place on a map. It is a living tapestry of history, mystery, and the inexplicable. So in conclusion, as you leave Lucky Point, the weight of its history and the echoes of its mysteries linger in your mind. What truly lies beneath the surface of the seemingly quaint spot? Are the whispers of spirits, the flickering lights in the sky, and the legends of creatures lurking in the shadows merely figments of imagination? Or do they hold a deeper truth? As you ponder these questions, remember that the stories of Lucky Point are far from over. With each passing day, new encounters and unexplained phenomena emerge, ensuring that the aura of this mysterious location remains alive and vibrant. So as the wind softly blows through the trees and our busy lives go on as we rush through our daily routines, we must remember to pause and think about the unseen world that surrounds us. The spirits of those who forge with blood and sweat what we now call modern society. Can there truly be locations all across our world where a hole in time and space itself is opened, never to be closed, where the strange, weird, and remarkable can be experienced? And if so, why aren't we spending more time researching these portals? Our governments know they exist. We know they exist. So what will you discover if you dare to travel to Lucky Point? Will you be the next to encounter the ethereal woman in white? Or perhaps witness a UFO soaring across the night sky? The mysteries of Lucky Point beckon to us, leaving you with a chilling thought. In the vast expanse of the universe, what else might be hidden, waiting for us to uncover? Hey, thanks everybody for joining me on another great episode of your Shadow Nation podcast. If you like this episode or any of the episodes from the last 18 years, be sure to follow me on all my social media, TikTok, X, Facebook. Just type in Shadow Nation podcast and I'll be there. And of course, you can go to YouTube, guys, Shadow Nation podcast. Leave a like, hug, subscribe, please. It helps so much. And share these episodes. Get them out to your friends, family, loved ones. They want to hear about this stuff too. So, from the haunted back roads of America, this has been another exclusive Shadow Nation episode. Don't go changing America, because you know I won't. I love you. Good night, everybody.